Nice, lovely flowers in the background there today, Carol. I'd like to wish you a happy birthday today. It's a big birthday, I believe, as well, yeah?
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I just want you to talk about, Carol, what you were struggling with before coming on board the programme.
I just basically wasn't, making enough time for eating healthily. I was getting up, going out, starting walking at 7:15 in the morning with no breakfast, coming back in about the back of 9 and then going out on a next walk, and then by back at 12 I was absolutely starving, so I was just stopping at shops and buying junk basically, and just wasn't eating well during the day. My evening meal was always okay, but I was just eating sandwiches, crisps and rubbish during the day.
Okay, so what kind of things were you struggling with in terms of your weight and all that kind of stuff, your confidence? Was it, affected? How was it affecting you?
Well, my weight was affecting me, and my appearance, I just felt terrible at how I looked. And I think the heavier I got, the worse that became. And also because I'm walking all day, every day, puts quite a lot of strain on your joints and things. I'm walking on rough ground and hills and things. So even that, I was kind of struggling, a bit with that. At night, my knees would be sore, my ankles were aching, and, just basically carrying too much weight.
Okay, so tell me, why did you reach out to me then? Why did you reach out to Momentum NRG?
Just that I had seen a lot of your people and the success that they seem to be having, and I did, before I started with you, just before that, I joined Slimming World. Was it? Yeah, Slimming World. I've got all the t-shirts, so I'm confused at what one I joined. But I joined Slimming World, but I quickly realised that it wasn't for me. I think we spoke about this before, you can have 2 pints of beer, but an avocado's a real no-no. And I just didn't like how it was quite high sugar. And it was high sugar, low fat. But I feel at my age and with my weight and things, I didn't want to eat a lot of sugar. I didn't think it was very good for me. I didn't want to end up with diabetes. So I just didn't feel it was a healthy way to eat. And I just decided that I'm fed up of joining clubs and doing these things, and you lose weight, but then you put it back on again. So I had to try and do something that was long term, that was just healthy eating and not a silly diet.
Okay, so why did you decide to transform? What kind of, that's a good reason to why you needed something different. You want to try something new, healthy lifestyle. Why did you want to transform?
Well, basically, I wanted it for my health, to be healthier. And I just think because I have got my birthday today, I am getting older and I'm starting to be in the high risk for things being overweight. And I like doing a lot of things, but the heavier I was getting, some of the things that I do, like my skiing, gets increasingly harder as you get older, and also because you're carrying another person with you. So I wanted to do something for that, just to allow me to live my life as I want, and not not being able to do things because I'm too heavy.
Okay, so how long had you been stuck for? How long had you been kind of yo-yo dieting, so to speak? Because it sounds like, I know that from our conversations, you've tried all these diets and stuff like that before, and you realised that this wasn't for you. How long had you been struggling? How long have you struggled with this?
Oh, basically for probably 20 odd years, So
wow. Wow.
yeah, a long time. And I have been thin, I have been at a sort of goal weight, if you like,
Yeah.
loads of times. But then the weight all goes back on and you end up heavier than what you were to start with.
Okay.
Oh,
We're back.
oh, there we are. Yeah, so you end up heavier than what you started at, So I basically just thought that I'm sick of doing all this and I want something, just a healthier lifestyle that I can do forever. When I do lose all my weight, I don't want to put it back on again. I don't want to go back to how the way I wasn't eating and then eating rubbish. So I don't want to do that anymore.
So what was different about this then? What was different about the Momentum Energy transformation program?
Well, because it isn't really a diet, it is just healthy eating, and it is just just eating normal foods at normal times. And I think having the thing where I send you my food diary and everything, it just makes you more aware for me, and thinking about that I need to have my breakfast in the morning before I go out. I can't go out and walk for hours, without eating properly and things. So it was just, I suppose it was common sense. I suppose it sounds silly that it is common sense, but I wasn't doing it.
So it was just that accountability, that kind of the reporting mechanism.
Yes.
Then of having to submit the food to me every day.
Yeah.
Made you focus on being eating, making better choices, and having that breakfast in the morning and stuff like that as well. So let's talk about the exciting stuff then. So let's talk about the results. What have you achieved?
Well, I think I can't remember my starting date, but I think it was towards mid to the end of January.
It was 24th of January. This is actually this is like week. I think the start of week. We're in week 11 now. This is like.
All right.
So I think you've got another week on after for the 12 weeks after this. So I did check the diary this morning. So we're not even at the end point, and I just want to talk about where are we at with results. So tell me.
Well, I've lost 11.1 kilos. I was kind of aiming to have lost 2 stone by today, so I've almost got there. Not quite.
What's that in pounds then? Is that like 27, 26, 27 pounds?
I worked it out and I've forgotten now. I think I'm just a wee bit away from the 2 stone.
Yeah, 28 would be 2, so just 26. So you can still reach that by the end of the 12-week programme then?
Oh, yeah. Mind you, maybe not after today.
Well, it's your birthday, that's all right, listen, if I'd asked you that question 12 weeks ago, what would you have said? You'd be sitting at £27 now. What would you have said then?
Oh, I probably wouldn't have believed it because, I wouldn't have believed it, I'm sure. And I think, I was setting myself the goal of 2 stone, but I'm not that far away from it. And maybe by next week I can make it. But even if I don't, I'm not disappointed because I still feel that, where I am now is a lot better than where I was at the end of January.
Absolutely. And you look at the progress pictures as well. You can see the difference in your physique. So it's not just about the weight loss. Tell me about how's your energy levels. How have you been feeling in terms of, generally overall?
Much better. I'm definitely much better. I'm sleeping better. I think before I didn't sleep well because probably I eat the wrong things before I went to bed and things, and then when I was getting up in the morning I was exhausted, and that's why I never had any breakfast, because another 15 or 20 minutes in my bed was better than having something to eat. So I think because I'm sleeping better, I'm feeling a lot better and I feel I've got more energy, and in the evenings I'm not so achy at night, my joints and things, because I'm obviously a bit lighter on on my feet and things, so it's a bit easier on my knees and my ankles, so.
Yeah, fantastic. No, I've seen the progress pictures and they look amazing. What a difference in terms of clothes size. What's that in terms of clothes size?
It's probably only really about a size and a half. I've not quite made 2 sizes yet, I think. But
you're always wanting more, eh?
I'm happy. I'm still happy, and I know I've got a good bit to go yet. But I feel, because it isn't a diet, I'm just going to continue eating the way I'm eating.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, things have slowed down now, as we knew that, it would slow down.
Yeah.
So I feel that if I just carry on where I am, I'm still going to set myself some wee goals, because I think it's still good to have
targets,
at some kind of goal, so I'm still going to do that, because I think I don't want to let things slip, and maybe start eating a bit more than I should be and things. So I still want to, and I mean, I don't know what weight. I'm not really bothered what weight I am. I know I need to be a lot lighter than I am now, but I'm not really setting a target
a
weight.
number.
I maybe just take half a stone or a stone at a time.
And just get back down those clothes sizes. So you mentioned the 1.5, and again, if you'd asked me that in January, what would you have said? If I said, you're going to be a 1.5 clothes size down, you'd have probably bit my hand off at that back then.
Yes, definitely.
What would you say to anybody that's sitting on the fence, that particularly now, health's really important. You mentioned that building your immune system and building your strength. What would you say to anybody on the fence that wants to transform, that are sitting there at home just now? We know there's a lot going on and there's a lot of uncertainty out there in the world at the moment, but as I've always pointed out, 50,000 people are dying per year and with diabetes, and 400,000 of cardiovascular disease every year. I'm kind of diverting off. What would you say to people on the fence?
Oh, I would say definitely to do it and invest in yourself. I think it's definitely worth it. And when you look at what can happen to you if you keep, piling on weight, your health's the most important thing that you can have. And if you haven't got your health, you can't do anything else. So I think it's definitely worthwhile in investing in yourself. I mean, I think sometimes we all have a thing that, we maybe think things are expensive or a lot of money, and, we don't know if we can justify them and things like that. But I think really you have to invest in your health, and we probably waste a lot of money on other things that are not quite so important, but definitely I think it's worthwhile, and especially with what's going on at the moment, you want to be as healthy as you can be. Hopefully, at least if you are ill, you've got a better chance if you're healthier, I would think.
100%. I'm 100% on that. I think give yourself a fighting chance. I think that's perfect. You've answered everything perfect. Have a great birthday. Well done. Congratulations. I'm delighted with £27. I think we can get a couple more pounds before the end. I don't think we should rest on our laurels. And that's certainly something that you've got. Like I say, this is a long-term lifestyle change. It's about changing forever. You've now reset your weight. You've got to keep it that weight for another 9 months in order to reset that new weight. So it's important that you keep the momentum going and go for it. So absolutely.